Hello, boys and girls, and welcome to another English language lesson for grade 7. Today we want to look at adverb. I want you to say it's adverb time. Again, it's adverb time. Are you ready? All right. Now, what is an adverb? Think about it. What is an adverb? We know it's not a verb, so what is an adverb? Now, an adverb is a word that tells more about a verb. Now, an adverb is a word that tells more about verb. Now, I want you to think about the name adverb. So it sounds like what? We're adding something to a verb. All right? Now, adverbs describe verbs. Adverbs describe verbs. What else about adverb? Adverb tells how, when, or where an action happened. I want you to grab a hold of these three words. How, when, and where. Let's go them again. How, when, and where. So we know that adverbs tells how, when, or where an action occurred. Now let's look at some examples with the word how. The guide slowly explains the rules. The guide slowly explains the rules. So how does he do it? He slowly explains it. So the verb explains. We have the adverb now describing it, telling us something about how he explains the rule. Next example. When. The tour begins immediately. The tour begins immediately. So we have the verb begins, and it is modified by the adverb immediately. So when do the tour begins? Immediately now. Third one, where? The entrance lies here. The entrance lies here. So we have the verb lies, and it's modified by the adverb here. Where? Here. All right, so let's remember adverbs, they tell us how, when, or where. Now let's notice that many adverbs end in ly. Many adverbs end in ly, but not all adverbs end in ly. So that's a very important point to note. Many adverbs end in ly, but not all adverbs end in ly. Now, I want you to identify the adverb that describes each underlined verb. What do I want you to do? To identify the adverb that describes each underlined verb. Are you ready? Let's go. The rowboat creaked slightly. The rowboats creak slightly. What is the adverb that is modifying the verb creak? Now, if you said slightly, you're correct. It's telling us about this creek. Number 2, the stream winds gracefully around the caves. The stream winds carefully around the caves. What is the adverb that describes the verb winds? Gracefully. You're correct. Gracefully. Let's look at number 3. We always enjoy a boat ride. We always enjoy a boat ride. What is the adverb that modifies the verb enjoy? Always. Always. Let's move on. I want you to notice sometimes the adverb can come before the verb, or sometimes it can come after the verb. Number 4. The guide rows smoothly. The guides row smoothly. What is the adverb that modifies the verb row? Smoothly. How does he row? Smoothly. Number 5. The boats move forward. The boats move forward. What is the adverb that modifies the verb move? Forward. Forward. All right, let's continue. Now, we are going to state whether the underlined adverb answers the question how, when, or where. What are we doing? We're going to state whether the underlined adverb answers the question how, when, or where. Number 1. Grace read a guidebook yesterday. Grace read a guidebook yesterday. Now, what is this adverb telling us about? Now, it's talking about the verb what? Read. So, what is it saying? It's saying how, when, or where? Think about it. Now, if you said when, you're correct. When did she read this guidebook? Yesterday. Number 2. She whispers often to Marvin. She whispers often to Marvin. So we have the adverb often modifying the verb whispers. What is the answer? When. When. So she whispers to him often, a lot of times. Number 3. Seneca looks happily at the cave. Seneca looks happily at the cave. We have the adverb happily modifying the verb looks. What is it telling us? How, when, or where? How. So how does she look at the cave? Happily. Are you getting it? Let's continue. Number 4. He grasped his camera quickly. He grasped his camera quickly. We have the adverb quickly modifying the verb grasp. What is it telling us? How, when, or where? It is telling us how he grasped the camera. How did he grasp the camera? Quickly. Number 5. Ramesh quickly points at the bats. Ramesh quickly points at the bats. We have the adverb quickly modifying the verb points. What is it telling us? How, when, or where? How? How do we point to the bats? Quickly, in a fast motion. Number 6. They hang together from their perches. They hang together from their perches. We have the adverb together talking about or modifying the verb hang. How, when, or where? It's telling us how they hang. How do they hang? Together as a group. And finally, Prem gazes above him. Prem gazes above him. Now we have the adverb. Now, what is the adverb? You notice I didn't underline it here. What is the adverb here? Above. You're correct. And it's modifying which verb? Gazes. And what is it telling us? How, when, or where? Where? Where does he gaze? Above him. All right? And so our final activity for today's class, I want you to identify the verb that the adverbs are describing. I want you to identify the verb that the adverbs are describing. Remember I said it's adverb time. The guides tied the bats firmly to a post. The guides tied the bats firmly to a post. We have the adverb firmly, and your task is to tell me which verb is it modifying. No, it is modifying the verb tie. And what is it telling us? How the guy tied the bats. How did he tie it? Firmly. Number 2. Manita looks eagerly at the stream. Manita looks eagerly at the stream. We have the adverb eagerly here. And it's modifying which verb? Looks. And it's telling us what? How Manita looks at the stream. She looks at it eagerly. So I want you to see how these adverbs are adding information to these verbs to help us to better understand the sentence. Number 3, it rushes outside to the sea. It rushes outside to the sea. We have the adverb outside modifying which verb? Rushes. And it's telling us what? Where? Where it rushes? Outside. All right. Number 4. The other students follow behind. The other students follow behind. We have the adverb behind, and it's modifying which verb? Follow. And it's telling us where. Where do they follow? Behind. Number 5. He takes another photograph there. He takes another photograph there. We have the adverb there, and it's modifying which verb? Takes. And it's telling us what? Where? Where is he taking these photographs? There. Now I want you to thank you for participating in these activities. I hope you had a good time. All right, boys and girls, I want to thank you so much for participating in today's lesson. I hope you remember the way adverbs function. Let's remember that they describe adjectives. Until we meet again, this is Sir Jared, and I'm out.